Assalamu alaikum friends, and welcome to my series of Tohfatu As Saniyyah. In this lesson, that is lesson number 3, we are going to learn about the alamat al-ism. That means the signs of nouns. So what are you going to learn in this lesson? About the nouns. How you are going to differentiate the noun from harf, that is particles, and fail, that is the verbs. How you are going to recognize it, whether this particular word is a verb or a particle. So there are certain signs that you should look out. So that is what is in this lesson number 3. So let's get started with this lesson. Before I dive into explaining about the alamat al-ism, that is the signs of the nouns, first let's see what the original author al-Ajurrum says about this alamat al-ism. Let's see what he says. Qala, so this is the original author al-Ajurrum. فالاسم, he says that the noun يعرف, you know the noun. How do you know the noun? So these are the signs. بالخفض, خفض means al-kasra. What tanween? The tanween, the double kasra you see in a noun at the end of the noun, the last letter. So basically whatever you learn in grammar is all depending upon the last letter having the haraka, whether it can be a fatha, dhamma, or a kasra, tanween, anything. وَالدُّخُولُ ألف اللام. The whole means the noun can accept lam التعريف. وحروف الخفض, حروف الخفض means the harf jars, the particles. وهي, now he says what are the حروف الجر, the particles. من, إلى, عن, على, في, ورب, والباء, kaf, lam. So all these are ba, kaf, lam are all single letter harf jar. Huruf al-qasm, as you know, huruf al-qasm is waw al-qasm, but there are two more. So the other two are وهي الواو وبا and ta. So all these three letters, waw, ba and ta, come for al-qasm. So let's see what the author Mahi ad-Din says in his explanation. So Mahi ad-Din explains about the signs of nouns. So he says, وأقول, now he is explaining, للاسم علامات يتميز عن أخويه الفعل والحرف. So as you know, in Arabic grammar, the whole of Arabic language is divided into three things, that is the ism, the fail, and the harf. So now we are learning about the ism and the signs of ism. So Mahi ad-Din says that lil ism alamat yatamayyiz means the signs that clarify or distinguishes the noun, the sign that distinguishes noun from fail and harf بوجود واحد منها أو قبولها, means accepting one thing or coming into agreement, that is وقد ذكر المؤلف. So the compiler or the author. So who is the compiler author of this book? This is actually the explanation of the book of Al-Ajurrum. So he has explained in an easy way. I'm again explaining it. وقد ذكر مؤلف محي الدين رحمه الله. He says من هذه العلامات, from all these signs are أربع علامات. There are 4 signs that you have to come into agreement that this particular word is a noun. So what are they? So وهي الخفض, خفض, الكسرة, تنوين, as you know, the double kasratain, the whole alif al-lam, the lam al-tarif. So this is the third one. And the whole harf means the harf jar min huruf al-khafd, from the harf jar. So what are they? Let's see. So the first one here is al-khafd. As you know, al-khafd is the kasra. The second one here is the tanween, the kasratain, the double kasra on the last letter of the noun. The addition, the words which can accept lam at-tarif, the only words which can accept lam at-tarif are the nouns. You will not see lam at-tarif in the verb, you will not see lam at-tarif in the particles. So this is one of the most important thing that you should know. Only nouns can accept lam at-tarif, only nouns can accept tanween, and only nouns can accept kasra. So there are some exceptions when we come to the zarf, when we come to some recitation rules during tajweed. So those are something different. But for now, you should know that a noun can accept kasra, a verb cannot have a kasra. So tanweens and al. And then the whole harf min huruf al-khaf, that is the harf jar. Whenever the harf jar comes, makes the noun into ism, into majroor case, and now it becomes ism majroor. It accepts the kasra. Then huruf al qasam. Whenever you see a huruf al qasam at in the beginning of a noun, means preceding a noun. So it gives the coming noun a kasra. So for example, wallahi in Surah At-Teen, wat-teeni was-zaytun was-shamsi. So all these are examples from the Quran. The first sign that we are going to learn about is the al-khafd, and that means al-kasra. So let's understand amma al-khafd. So about the khafd al-kasra, that means the sign al-kasra, فهو في اللغة, in the Arabic language, means in common language, in linguistic explanation. ضد الارتفاع. ضد is the opposite. الارتفاع means coming from the same root, is رفع, to raise. So it is the opposite of raising. And khafd or kasra means lowering your voice. And what about the fatha? Fatha is just the opposite, means raising your voice. So kasra is the opposite of fatha, because here the noun with kasra has a lowering sound. وفي اصطلاح النحاة means in the grammatical terms how it is explained. So in this explanation, al-ibara an al-kasra means explanation about the kasra. Allati, it is yuhdithuha al-amil, means the amil, means it is one of the reasons that something has come and it has made the noun to take a kasra. So the thing that made a noun to take a kasra is known as amil. Aw, or manaba anha. So there is another reason that it has come due to the structure the noun has taken a kasra. So let's see for both the examples. So the first example, how an amil makes the noun to take a kasra, let's see. وذلك مثل كسرة الراء. So here is an example of kasra on the ra. So here the letter ra has taken a kasra, that is, this is the example bakrin. And there is another example amrin. So in both examples the ra has taken a kasra then. Fi nah qawlik. So in this example they have given a sentence marartu bi bakrin. So in this example, marartu means I passed by Bakrin, means you passed by Abu Bakr or Bakrin. This is the name. So why do you think here Bakrin has a kasra? What has come in front of Bakr that made this noun to take a kasra? So there is a harf jar B here. If I can just mark it with a pen, so you can see clearly. A harf jar B has come before Bakr, and that has made this noun to take a kasra then. So the amil, the thing that made this noun to take a kasra, is harf jar. So what is the amil here? It is the harf jar. So this harf jar has made the noun to take a kasra. Now another example, Amrin. هذا كتاب Amrin. So why do you think Amrin took a kasra here? Because it is the idafa structure. And idafa structure, the mudaf ilahi is always in majroor case. So that's why it has taken a kasra. So it is representing. Naba anha means it is representing. There is no amil, no reason for this amrin to take a kasra. There is no harf jar. But why is it taking a kasra? Because of the structure idafa. So that is the explanation here. فبكر وعمر اسمان لوجود الكسرة. These two nouns are taking kasra في أواخر, in the last letter. كل واحد منهم. So this is what it has been explained here. First sign that we are going to learn is the tanween. So let's see what is a tanween. فأما التنوين فهو in linguistic meaning فهو في اللغة التسويت. تسويت means sound. تقول, this is an example actually. نون الطائر means نون الطائر means that the bird made a sound. نون has a synonym that is صوت. So in here in grammar is here it is not a questioning tool, but it means meaning. أي صوت. صوت means the sound, to make a sound. وفي اصطلاح in grammatical terms how it is explained هو نون ساكنة. So the tajweed student might know that the nouns that are having kasratan has a noon sakina hidden in it. تتبع آخر الاسم لفظا, and it is on the last letter of a noun. وتفارق خطا للاستغناء. تفارق خطا means it is not written in writing. Whenever you write a noun with tanween kasratan, you don't write a noun with a kasratan also and a noon sakina at the end. We just give a tanween and it is free in writing and it's not needed. للاستغناء, it's not needed. And the noun which is having a tanween, which is having a kasra at the end, tanween, that means a kasra is repeated. We have a double kasra in tanween. Bitikrar means it's the repetition. Ashakla, the repetition of the haraka in the dabtil bil qalam. So when you write in the writing, for example, here in the example that I have given here, you can see Muhammadin. So whenever you see a noun with a tanween kasratan, repeated kasra, that means two kasras, so it is almost equal to Muhammadin. That means there is a noon sakina hidden here in with a dal. So what do you say when you recite Muhammadin with kasratan? So if you listen to your sound, there is a noon at the end. Muhammadin. So there is a noon sound hidden here in the kasratan. So actually when you break it, you have this kind of structure. Muhammadin, dal with kasra, and there is a noon sakina. But when you write with tanween, you don't write the noon sakina. You write as kasraten. While speaking, you say Muhammadin. So that is what is explained here. For example, here, Muhammadin kitabin. So if I can write here, you can understand clearly with a sakina how it looks like. For kitabin, kaf, ta, and ba with a noon sakina. Ba kasra and noon sakina. So actually, kitabin with kasra 10, if you open up, it will be kitabin with a noon sakina. But we don't write in handwriting. We just give a kasra 10. So it's not needed. وإياها and وسح مسلمات وفاطمات وحينئذ, this is the حينئذ, ساعات إذن ساعات إذن. فهذه الكلمات كلها أسماء. So all these nouns that you see here having a kasra 10 at the last letter are all nouns. So this is another sign. Whenever you see a word with tanween, know that it is a noun. فهذه الكلمات كله اسماء. بدليل, dalil means the proof. وجود التنوين, what is the proof that it is a noun? So the proof is the tanween. في آخر means at the last letter of the noun. كل كلمة منها. So all the examples you see have a tanween on the last letter. The third sign, that is the lam at-tarif. So let's see and understand about the lam at-tarif. Up till now, we learned about the two signs, that is the kasra, single kasra, and the tanween. So both of them were the harakat. and both of them were found on the last letter of the noun. So what about lam at-tarif? Al-alama al-thalas, this is the third sign, min alamat al-ism, from the signs of the nouns. Dukhul al-lam, so the entering of the lam at-tarif fi awwal al-kalima. So this is important, that now lam at-tarif comes before the noun. It attaches itself with the noun before it. For example, if I can just write here, just to make it a clear explanation, lam at-tarif comes before a noun. For example, this is lam at-tarif, alif and lam, with kitab. Kitab. So what happens when, where does it come? Does it come after the noun? No, it comes before the noun. So this is an important thing you should know. So it attaches itself before the noun, al-kitabu. And one of the most important thing, the moment the lam at-tarif attaches, the tanween is removed. Tanween is removed and a single haraka comes. For example, if I had taken a tanween here, kitabun, the moment lam at-tarif attaches with kitabun, what happens? The tanween is gone and there is only one haraka when the noun attaches with itself with lam at-tarif. So that's how, what the changes comes. And that's how you know that this noun has become a marifa. So this is also one of the signs you should know that the noun is now definite. It's become marifa. So all the nouns that can attach itself with lam at-tarif are all the nouns. So the moment you see there is lam at-tarif, know that it is a noun. So here are some examples. في أول كلمة نح الرجل الغلام الفرس Al-Kitab, Al-Bayt, Al-Madrasa. So here in these nouns, you won't see any harakat on the last letter Y. Because if there is nothing before lam at-tarif, for example, there is no harf jar, there is no particles, so it will not change its haraka. In this random position, what will happen? All the nouns will have a single dhamma. And why I'm saying single dhamma? Because now it's become marifa, and that's why the tanween is no more and there is only one single haraka. Farsu, kitabu, baitu. All the nouns here will have a dhamma. Why? Because there is no amil, there is nothing that can change the harakas on the noun. So when there is nothing before a noun, no particles, nothing, know that in random position it will always carry a dhamma. Now, فهذه الكلمات كلها noun. Why? Because it has لام التعريف. لدخول لام التعريف في أولها. In the أولها means before a noun. So this is the explanation of لام التعريف. So the fourth and the last sign for the nouns is دخول حرف من حروف الخفض. Let's see what it is. So the حروف دخول الحرف means the entering of the particle from the حروف الخفض, from the حرف جرز. العلامة 4, it is the fourth sign. دخول حرف من حروف الخفض. Now example, ذهبت من البيت إلى المدرسة. So where do you see the حرف جر? من and ila. So another point about min and ila is this also gives you an idea that min gives the idea from where you started, your starting point, and ila gives you the idea where you end up. So you started from Bait ila madrasati and ended or reached to the school. فكل من البيت المدرسة اسم. So these two are ism. How do you know it's ism? So now I would like you to remember the signs of the noun that we did previously. So other signs are the kasra, the tanween and the lam at-tarif. And we are doing the fourth one here, that is the harf jar. So how many signs do you see in these two nouns? The first thing that you can see is the lam at-tarif. The second thing here you can see is the kasra, and the third sign you can see here is the harf jar. And why don't you see a kasra then? that we have done previously, because this noun is ma'rifa. That's why we can't see a tanween here. But the nouns which can accept tanween, can you point out any noun that has a tanween here in this paragraph or in the heading? So we have a noun here having a tanween. So harfin is a noun. How do you know it's a noun? Because it is having a tanween. This is one of the signs of ism. So that's how you know it's a noun. So لدخول حرف خفض عليهما. So you know that there is a harf jar before a noun. That means it's a noun. Only harf jar can come before a noun. ودخول ال في أولهما. And what other sign do you see? The entering of the lam tarif with the noun. As I told you, the lam tarif and the kasra and the harf jar. All this tells you that it is a noun. Now let's learn about the harf jar. First of all, you understand about the harf jar, that when they come before a noun, they give a kasra, and that's how you recognize that this is a noun, because this accepts harf jar. But there are other meanings to these harf jar also. As I previously explained about the min, min gives a kasra to a noun, but it also gives you an idea that from where you start. And for example, minha al-ibtida. Min gives you the idea of ibtida, means starting. Now, safartu min al-Qahira. So when you read safartu min al-Qahira, I traveled. So how are you going to say I traveled from Cairo? Min gives you idea from where you started. I traveled from Kahira. Kahira is Cairo. Wa-ila has the meaning ma'anaha al-intaha, means where you stop or where you end, intaha. And now let's see the example. Safartu ilal Iskandariya. Iskandariya, Alexandria. And Safartu ilal Iskandariya gives you the meaning I traveled to Iskandariya, means you ended up your travel in Alexandria. Wa'an has a meaning معناها المجاوزة. Majawaza means to retreat, to go back, to recede. For example, رميت السهم means I threw the arrow. عن القوسين means when you pull the bow, when you pull the arrow in the bow, what happens? You are stretching, and when you leave it, the arrow goes, shoots up. So this is what anil kaus. So kaus is the bow. When you throw the arrow by pulling it, going behind. So this is what the idea gives an. And an also means about. So there are a lot of meanings of this harf jar an. وعلى. What do you understand by the harf jar ala? Ala means معناها الاستعلاء. استعلاء to raise, to go up, to rise. So for example, when you read the example, you clearly have an idea what this ala means. سعدت. Sa'id comes from the verb sa'ida, to ascend. سعدت على الجبل. So now you have the idea. What is the idea? Means I started ascending the mountain, climbing up the mountain. And now we see the meaning of fi. من معناها الظرفية. ظرفية means the adverb, like telling you the place. So this is the place, telling you, giving you the meaning where. So now al-ma'u fil kuz means the water is in the jug. Where is the water? It's in the jug. So it is telling you the place. Wa rubba gives you the meaning at-taqleel. Taqleel means decreasing. So here actually rubba means decreasing, little. For example, rubba rajulin karimin qabalni means very few people, men are good or honorable. Qabalni, I met. So this means I met very few good people. Waba means harf jar ba. So this is a single letter harf jar. It also has a different meaning. Sometimes it means with, Sometimes it gives another meaning. For example, at-ta'diyah. Ta'diyah means you do many number of times. So ta'diyah also comes from the same root, adad. Marartu up, I passed by Bilwadi, by the valley, so many times. Wal kaf, this is also single letter harf jar. It means tashbih. So whenever kaf comes, know that it is coming for comparison. Tashbih means look alike, similar to. And when you are doing a comparison, for example, Layla kal badri means Layla is like a moon, full moon. Walam, this is also a single letter harf jar. Ma'anaha al milku. Milku means showing you the possession, the belongingness. Al malu li Muhammadin. So means that the wealth is for Muhammad. Whose possession is this? Whose property is this? So it is Muhammad's, giving you the idea of possession. And al-ikhtisas, wal-ikhtisas. Ikhtisas is actually when you specify, when you say this particular thing is for this only. So that is ikhtisas, specializing. For example, this is for the same harf jar lam. It also gives you the idea. Al-babu lid-dari means this door belongs to this house. Wal-hasru hasiru lil-masjidi. The mat is for the masjid only. Istihqaq, for example, it is also for worthiness. So, for example, Alhamdu Lillah, all praises is for Allah. So, only harf jar lam has so many meanings. So, you can say al milku, number one, ikhtisas, and al istihqaq. So, for the harf jar, we have three meanings. Now we are doing huruf al-qasm. So before I go further in explanation, let's see how many huruf al-qasm are there. So one of the huruf, first of all, the huruf we are going to do is the waw. And this is the most common huruf al-qasm between the other letters. And how many huruf do we have for the qasm? So you can see waw. Now, you might have seen waw as harf atf also. It comes with the meaning and when it comes in between two sentences, but it has other works also, just like all the harf jars. They have a lot of meanings attached to it. So that's how this waw has lot of work. Sometimes it works as harf atf. Now it is working as al-qasam. So how are you going to know that this particular waw is coming as a waw al-qasm? It is being used for the qasam, for the oath. So whenever it comes before a noun, ism zahid, that means the visible noun. For example, here you can see in this example, wallah and wati. Now this is the example from the Quran, from the Surah Tur, Wattur, and wattin, wazaytun, watur. Now in all these ism zahir means the noun that you can see visibly. What do you see here? Watturi. In the example, you see the moment this waw al-qasam has come before a noun, that means preceding a noun, you will always see a kasra on the last letter of the noun. So whenever waw al-qasam comes, you need to check the coming noun should have a kasra. So here it is now working as waw al-qasam. So waw al-qasam is also a part of the harf jar. As you know, there are 9 harf jars. So waw al-qasam is also one of the harf jars. So it gives a kasra to the noun. And here you can see wa kitabim mastur. So you can see here there is a kasra 10. Another example, wattini, you can see there is a kasra. So the proof that this particular waw is waw al-qasam and not the at, you will check that it has a kasra on the last letter of the noun. So this is all about the waw, the rules of the waw al-qasam. And this is the most common that you come across, wallahi, and you might have heard a lot of Arabic people saying wallahi, wallahi. So it's very common here. Now the other one is the ba. Ba means this is also from one of the harf jars, B. So now here it is playing the role of qasam. The means the particle of qasam, oath. So in the second one, we will learn about the ba. So it can come before a noun and it can come before a dummy. That means it can join itself with a noun. It can join itself with a dummy. So you can see here تدخل على الاسم ظاهر means the visible noun. For example, here you can see it's being attached with لفظ الجلالة بالله لا أجتهدن. So this means that I will work hard. And you're taking an oath بالله لا أجتهدن, I will work hard. وعلى damir. Now the second example is with the damir bika. So you can see this harf jar b is coming with the damir here, kaf, and this is working as the qasam, the particle of qasam. لأضربن الكسول. So what other things that you can see in the sentence telling you about the emphasis is the noon ثقيلة at the end. So this is also giving you the idea that here something important is being said. لأجتهدن and لأضربن. And this lam with fatha is also one of the signs that something emphasis is being said here. Something important is being said here. So there are a lot of proofs in a sentence. Slowly you will learn about the noon sakila and khafifa. But now I'm just targeting on the harf jar b or the particle of qasam, the letter of qasam. So B is one of the, so this is the second letter for the oath. Now the last is the ta. The letter ta, this comes only with lafzul jalala. So this is one of the proofs that it can only come with the lafzul jalala. So this is our third noun, third letter. This is the second, and we have the first one here. So the third one ta is لا تدخل إلى إلا على لفظ الجلالة. So it does not come with any other nouns. It only comes with the لفظ الجلالة. And you can see the kasra at the end. وتالله لأكيدن أصنامك. أصنامك, the idols. Okay. So this is the ta, letter ta, working as the oath, letter of oath. So we have in total waw, b, and ta. So these are all about huruf al-qasm. Now it's time for some questions. Let's take some questions here. The first question that we are going to do is ma alamat al-ism. So you know what is ism now. How do you recognize that this particular word loves is an ism, a noun, and not a fail, not a particle? So it has four things you will look for. The first one, the khafd, the kasra, the tanween, the double kasra, then lam at-tarif, the alif and lam that it enters with a noun, and huruf al-jar, all the jar particles of jar. So this is the second one. The second question, let's see. Now, what do you understand by ما معنى الخفض لغة واصطلاحا? So you understand the term خفض, that is the kasra, in the normal linguistic meaning and in the grammatical meaning. Let's see. في اللغة, in the linguistic meaning, you understand al-kasra by هو ضد الارتفاع. ضد means it is the opposite of irtifa, is the raising. So when you come across a noun with a fatha, that means you are raising your voice. And when you come across a noun with kasra, that means you are lowering your voice. So the al-khafd or al-kasra is the opposite of fatha or irtifa. And in istilah, in the grammatical meaning, it is a term about a kasra, a kalima bil kasra allati yuhaddisu, means any noun with kasra you speak about. Al-amil aw manaba, an amil and naba means when a noun has a kasra. So as I already mentioned before, that if you don't find anything before a noun, for example, if I just can write a simple noun, kitab, al-kitab, okay, and you don't find anything before a noun, nothing is there, and you have this normal random noun al-kitab. So what haraka are you going to give over the ba? So in the normal random time, you will random noun, if you have a noun like this, you give a dhamma, it remains in marfu case. But if there is something before a noun, for example, if you find anything before a noun, for example, there is a harf jar min. I'm just taking a random harf jar here, min. So if you find anything before a noun, for example, this harf jar, it will make a change in this coming noun. And from the grammatical rules, we know that if a harf jar comes, it will give noun a kasra. So what is the reason of this noun getting a kasra? The reason is this harf jar. So this reason in Arabic is called the amil. Because of this, the noun is getting a kasra. So this is what an amil. Aw naba. What about the naba? Now, in the second example here, you can see the second example is amrin. And the first example is with the harf jar. Here you can see the harf jar. So I did with the harf jar. So the second example is amrin. Why is it having a kasra? Let's see. The first one we did, but here wahaza kitabu amrin. So you can see the structure of kitabu amrin is the idafa structure, and because of the structure we know that amrin is having a kasra. So there is no amil here, no harf jar to make amrin into a majroor case. And what is the reason here? It is the structure. So that's what here is naba. So amrin is representing the majroor case, and there is nothing before amrin to make it into a majroor, and to go into a majroor case. There is nothing before amrin, but due to the structure it is representing the majroor case. So that is what you understand by the word naba. Naba means to represent, the representative. Let's see the next question here. The next question we are going to do is ما هو التنوين? What is tanween in lugha and in istilah? So we are going to look the term tanween in both the meaning. In lugha it is known as, or it means tasweetu. Tasweetu means the sound that you get when you see a double kasra below the last letter. So there is a sound. وهو صوت, that means it's a sound. مثل, for example, نون الطائر. نون means to make a sound. So here نون means the bird makes a sound. أي, that is meaning صوت في الصلاة. صوت means making a sound, and the bird makes a sound. So when you, for example, when you pronounce all these words, Muhammadin with a kasratain, Kitabin with a kasratain, Muslimatin. So can you see a noon here? If you're hearing the sound tin, bin, and din, there is a sound of noon at the end, but you cannot see a noon added here because it's not needed in the writing. So instead of, there is a double kasratain, and the sound of noon is hidden inside this tanween. So this is one of the rules of the tajweed, and most of the tajweed student must know this rule. So this is what in istalah means. Hiya noon sakina. تتبع آخر الاسم لفظ مثل محمد. What do you understand by noon sakina? Noon sakina means, for example, if there is a word kitab and there is a kasra, then so when you open up it will look like this ba kasra with noon sakina. But this noon sakina is not needed to write. It's not needed in the writing, so it is totally omitted. Instead of this noon sakina, a kasra then is given, and it is always given on the last letter. So whenever you come across a tanween, know that there is a noon sakina sound hidden inside this tanween. Now let's see the next question. على أي شيء means على أي شيء تدل الحروف الآتية من لام كاف ربع عن في. So let's see. اللام لها three معاني, means there are ثلاثة معاني, three meanings. الملك, let's see, if you remember, the lam harf jar has three meanings. Milku, the property, possession. Al-ikhtisas, specializing. And istihqaq, specific. Istihqaq is the worthiness, and ikhtisas, specializing or specification. Then let's go to the kaf. Al-kaf is a tashbih, means the kaf harf jar is only used for comparison. And rubba is used to show the number. Taqleel means the decreasing, gives you the idea of decreasing. Now, an gives the idea of meaning of majawaza, means how many times to withdraw, to retreat, and to leave behind, means to go back, retreat. The way you pull the string of the bow, that means you are retreating, and when you leave it, the arrow shoots up. So an is al-majawaza, and fi is zarfiya. Zarfiya, adverbial, and that means it shows the place. Zarf, makan. Ma'u fi al-kuz means the water is in the jug. Let's do the next question. ما الذي تختص واو القسم بالدخول عليه من أنواع الأسماء. Let's see. واو القسم لا تدخل إلا على الاسم ظاهر. والله والطور means واو القسم can enter with the visible noun, any noun, and it can also take لفظ الجلالة. So this is about the Waw al-Qasam. Let's see the next question. Let's do the last exercise, Tamarin. The question here is ميز الأسماء التي في الجمل الآتية, means you need to clarify the nouns that are coming in these sentences. ما ذكر العلامة means you need to mention the signs التي عرفت, that you know, بها اسمية means the signs that you know, the name of the signs that you understand that this is the noun, all the signs that we have learned in this lesson, the four signs. So the first one, Bismillahi. So here, what is the sign here? Bismillahi. What is the reason of getting meme a kasra? So what do you know? This is the harf jar. So one of the signs from the nouns is the harf jar. And Bismillahi, why lafzul jalala is having a kasra? Because this is in idafa construction. So now if I can ask you a question here, very good question, that Bismi has an amil. So what does lafzul jalala has? Why is it having a kasra, since it does not have anything before it? So the answer is it's the naba. It's representing the majroor case just because it is an idafa construction. And bismi here, the ism noun, is having a kasra because of the harf jar. So that is what we learned before, that one is the reason. There should be an amil, there should be something before a noun that it can have a kasra. So in this case we have a harf jar here, that's why meme is having a kasra. But for the lafzul jalala, why is it having a kasra? It's representing majroor case just because it is in idafa structure. Ar-Rahman. So the first noun you can, the first sign that you can see here in this noun is the lam at-tarif. I'll put a small tick where there is a sign, lam at-tarif. And Ar-Rahmani is sifa to the lafzul jalala Allah, and it is following this lafzul jalala in Arab also. That's why it will have a kasra. And the second sign is the kasra. Here also the lam at-tarif, the entering of the lam at-tarif, and since ar-rahim is also sifa for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, following the same Arab, it will also have a kasra. The second sign is the kasra. So that's how you know that these ar-Rahman, Rahim and Lafzul Jalala ism are all noun. They are not fail, they are not particle. Let's do the second one. Alhamdulillah. So I'll ask a question here. What should be the haraka on this letter dal? So your answer should be, it should be a dhamma. And what is this hamd? Is it a noun, fail or particle? You need to check the sign. The first sign is lam at-tarif, so it's a noun. So now why is it having a dhamma? There is nothing before it. So in the random state, it will always be in marfu case. So, and lillahi. What about this lafzul jalala? Why is it having a kasra? Because of the harf jar lam. So the amil here is harf jar lam. That's why it is having a kasra. And this is the entry of harf jar lam. So lafzul jalala is an ism. That's why it is having a kasra. So there are two signs, the harf jar and the kasra. Now, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Why I'm giving a kasra here? Because this is a idafa structure. And this Rab is playing two roles. Mudaf ilahi for Lafzul Jalala and Mudaf for Alameen. And that's why it is having a kasra. And this Rab is in Majroor case. And here the reason is it is representing Naba Anil Majroor case. Al-Alameen is Mudaf ilahi. That's why it is having a kasra. Naba Anil Majroor. So that's why. So the first sign is lam at-tarif. The second sign is kasra. Here also a kasra. A noun can only a noun can accept a kasra. So for this, you should be very good in Arab. You should understand all the grammatical rules, why this is getting a kasra or a dhamma. Now coming to the third one, inna salata. Inna is the particle, and you know the rules of inna. When inna comes, it gives the coming noun a fatha. So the coming noun is always in the mansub case. Here it's having a fatha. This is ism inna. What is the sign here that it is a noun entry of the lam at-tarif? Then tanha. So we are leaving this because there is it's a fail, and we are looking for a kasra, right? Anil, there is no kasra, there is no lam at-tarif, there is no tanween, and there is no damatain. So this one is not a noun. So this is a very good example how you will recognize the fail. You will see and check if it has all the four signs. Does it have lam at-tarif? No. Does it have a tanween? No. Does it have a kasra? No. So, and now let's see anil fahsha'i. So this is an is a harf jar coming before a noun. So when a harf jar comes before a noun, it gives noun a kasra. So what is the amil here? It is the harf jar. This harf jar is making this noun to take a kasra. How do you know it is a noun? There is a kasra, there is the entry of lam at-tarif. So we have two signs here. Coming to al-munkar, wal munkar. So what is the amil here that is making the noun munkar to get a kasra? This is the waw al kasam. So first sign is the entry of waw al kasam. Waw al kasam is from the harf jars, remember. Entry of lam at tarif, the second point. The third is the kasra. All three gives you the proof that al munkar is a noun. Let's see the second one. Wal asri. So there is a kasra, the harf jar or the waw al qasam, the entry of lam at tarif. So you have three proofs. Waw al qasam, lam at tarif and kasra. Innal insana. So as I told you, inna comes and it gives a fatha to the coming noun. This is ism inna. What is the sign? It is a noun. Lam at tarif. So there is one sign, okay? Lam at-tarif. So this insan is a noun. Lafi. Now this is a lam muzahlaka. It comes in the inna sentence with the khabar. So that is the only information I will give you now. And this is not harf jar. Okay, this is lam muzahlaka. It just comes in an inna sentence. It does not have any action on the coming noun. Just comes with the khabar of inna sentence. Lafi. So there is a harf jar and only noun accepts harf jar. Khusr. So what should be the haraka below the ra? Kasratain. And we know that the khabar is always tanween and tanween. So this is our one of the signs. And the first sign for this khus to be a noun is harf jar. First, you found a harf jar. So only a noun can accept a harf jar. Second, you found the tanween. So there are two signs to tell you that khusr is a noun. It has a harf jar before it and there is a tanween. Wa ilahukum ilahun wahidun. Let's see. Wa ilahukum. So here it is not waw al kasam. How do I know that it is not waw al kasam but harf atf? You will check the noun. It doesn't have a kasra here. It has a dhamma. So definitely this is not our waw al kasam. Ilahukum ilahun wahid. Another thing that you must learn about noun is that a noun can be attached with a damir. So this noun is attached with the damir kum. And the next one is ilahun wahidun. So what is the sign here? The sign proof that this ilahun is noun is the tanween. The tanween wahidun. So we have one proof here, the tanween. Ar-Rahman. Now here Ar-Rahman has one sign, the lam tarif. Why is it having a dhamma? Because there is nothing before it. In random position, the noun is always with a dhamma or a marfu case. So fas'al bihi khabiran. Fas'al bihi khabiran. The sign here fas'al. So in the last letter you see there is a sukun. So this is not a noun. So this is not a noun. We don't find any four signs of a noun here. So this is not a noun. This is a verb actually. Bihi, this is our harf jar, but this one is our damir. Okay. Khabiran. What is the sign that you can tell this is a noun? The tanween. So yes, this is our noun. First sign, the tanween. Inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati. Let's see. I'm not reading the full sentence. Inna salati. So salati is with the ya mutakallim. As I told you, the nouns can be attached with the damirs. So here the ta marbuta, which is opened up, has a kasra here. Inna salati. One may ask, Now this is an extra information not related with this lesson. Why it is having a kasra, since in a sentence the coming noun should have a fatha. Why is it having a kasra? It's because this ya mutakallim is forcing this ta to take a kasra. It is forcing it to take a kasra, because whenever a noun is attached with a ya mutakallim, it takes a kasra, forcible kasra. You can say it's forced kasra. So the fatha is removed and a kasra is given. But in Arab, it will be said that there is a fatha muqaddara. So here it's the kasra. And yes, this is a noun. First sign, it is a kasra there. Nusuki, there is a kasra. There is a sign. It's our noun here with the ya mutakallim. Mahyaya. Mahyaya. Now this ya is having a fatha because it's the dual case, and there is a lot of explanation with this structure. I'm not going into it. Mahyaya is our noun, and mamati, there is a kasra, there is a sign. Yes. And lillahi, yes, there is a sign. It's harf jar, it's a noun. Rabbi, there is a kasra, it's a noun. Al-alamin, alif lam, there is a sign. This is our noun. La sharika. Now, la sharika, this is negating particle. Sharika. Now, this is la sharika lahu. Now, this is lahu is our harf jar. So when it is added up with the damir, the kasra is changed to fatha. This you will learn in the rules when the harf jar is added with damir. وبذلك, there is a harf jar, but this ذلك is the ism al-ishara. So all ism al-isharas are considered to be nouns. Umirtu, there is no kasra, no lamat tarif, no tanween, so this is not a noun. Wa ana awwalu, and al-muslimin. Awwalu muslimin, there is a sign, lamat tarif, it's our noun. So here you see there are a lot of signs in the nouns, and that's how you recognize the noun. So this is the end of the lesson about the signs or the alamas of the noun. Next lesson will be on the signs of fail. Alamatul fail means how you're going to recognize the fail, that this particular word is a fail. So inshallah, I'll be coming soon with my next video. Till then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.